Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Logina Salah, crowned Miss Universe Egypt 2024 and is more than a beauty queen. As someone who's proudly embracing her vitiligo, she's inspired everyone to celebrate beauty in all its forms. From the pageant stage to social media, Logina's story is a celebration of the power of self-love. And welcome on the show, and thank you so much for being here.
What a great
Super excited to have you.
Congratulations,
so much. By the way.
Thank
You're
you so
beautiful,
much.
you're gorgeous.
Thank you.
So let's start with our questions.
Okay, so we want to kick it off with like the biggest question. What inspired you to join Miss Universe?
I was always been a pageant fan, but it wasn't a possibility for me to join for being a mother when I was 24 years old and for being 34 years old as well. So it's always the pageant girls, we know them as young girls. They have to be single, not married, with no kids. And for them to remove the restrictions in Miss Universe, that made me join. Because I like breaking barriers. It's something that maybe God put inside me, that I have to break barriers for the coming generations and to inspire more women and girls to be themselves. And I said, why does like a beauty queen has to be not married or a certain age? Age doesn't define you. It's your energy and who you are. So I joined right away. It was like something very hard to work on because I wasn't ever in a pageant before, and Miss Universe is the biggest pageant, you know.
Yes.
So I had to make the preparations. I was crowned back in September, and the Miss Universe was at the end of October, so I had to make the double effort. But I'm happy that I made it there.
Wow. Yeah.
And as the first ever woman with a skin condition and the first mother in the Middle East. So
That's amazing. That's a
sure.
lot of feathers you're wearing.
I mean, you for sure like broke barriers because, you know, like a lot of people back then used to look at the skin condition like maybe a bit differently as well with pageantry. The age factor was a huge thing, but you broke that barrier, and as well as you said, you're a mother. So regarding that, what is the most memorable moment that you can recall during Miss Universe Egypt experience?
okay, so I was the first woman in the Middle East and the first Egyptian woman to make it to the semifinals in history. So I'm so proud and happy to achieve that milestone. When they said my name, because there is something called a sash factor. A sash factor, it means what is the history in pageant for this country. And when the country is not doing so good in pageants for the previous years, or they didn't achieve something, it's not expected from them to achieve this year. And when I wasn't expecting them to call my name, even though I did the work and I put a lot of effort, but I said my sash factor would affect that. And when they called my name for the semifinals, I was like, I was shocked, happy, proud, because I worked so hard for that, and I trained in the Philippines, and I did my national costume as well in the Philippines. So it was a lot of work, a lot of effort.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
It
I
must
want to
have
talk
been.
about that. So I
course.
remember, I had been like low-key following your journey because I follow the Miss Universe Bahrain Shireen.
Yes.
And I saw that you guys were very close.
Yeah.
And you were always together. But then one day I was on TikTok and I'm scrolling through and I see this one iconic video of you in blue.
My national costume went viral because it was about Cleopatra, and
Yes.
I was shocked because I felt and I saw how foreigners are fascinated by the Egyptian culture, and I wanted to show them that we can like symbolize that in my national costume. So I showed Cleopatra, and first I was wearing a mask. That mask, it's like the rise from the tomb is bringing the queen and the leadership back, and the strong woman back from the past.
You literally got, you know, like the history of Egypt back into life again. With that.
And I wanted to show them that we're back as strong women. We are leading since, you know, ancient Egypt. So there's no dream that is impossible. You just put it in your mind and you work hard for it. And
I think that is such a thoughtful tribute to like the entire culture. That's amazing. So did you ever feel excluded or out of place in your community, in the pageant community, you know? Going there, I feel like there's a whole stereotype that,
Yeah.
you know, pretty women are always mean.
Yeah.
So, or like, you know, and like, you know, like, so it's like going for a competition like the Miss Universe, it's a bunch of pretty women. So what is that energy like in the room, you know? How is it?
Honestly, when I first joined, you know, the strong countries are always together. The
Yes.
girls from strong countries, from a big stash factor, they're always together, encouraging each other. But when I just arrived, nobody expected anything from me.
Right.
But all the media worldwide, Colombia, I was trending in Colombia, in Venezuela. So when I arrived there and I proved myself, they started to, you know, first they started to, okay, and then they befriended me, and I ended this competition when I'm friends with everyone and I'm in good terms with everyone. So I think it's how you carry yourself and how you prove yourself, because first, they're not expecting anything from you, and then when you work hard and when you show who you are, so they start, you know, to get intrigued and to get to know you more. So I ended this competition with lots of friends, and imagine you have a queen friend in every country. That's amazing. And we were 128 countries, which was the first time in Miss Universe history to have that amount of beauty queens in 1 year.
I think what made you stand out is not only that as well, it's your energy maybe. Your accepting energy, your breaking barriers energy, because you know, we don't see that a lot. As Annika has mentioned, when you think of like pageantry, you think it's beautiful women, right?
Yes.
But then you broke barriers with your skin condition, you broke barriers with the fact that you do actually have a kid, that even if it's not about age, it's not about if you're a mother or not, it's not about anything, it's about you, and that's what, and I think we can all see that, everyone can see that and feel that through the screen. But as well, I want to ask, with your vitiligo, when you, of course, you know, wanted to like participate in the pageantry, was it always like a part of a plan of becoming an influencer and speaking about vitiligo?
Honestly, it wasn't intentional for me to be an influencer. I was a makeup artist, and I shared my picture before and after, just to like a self-acceptance. This is me, this is my bare face, and this is me after. I was promoting for my work and in my workshop. I had a big master class, consists of 60 students, and I wanted to share my picture before and after to encourage people to book for the master class. So the people, they didn't see at all the picture with the makeup, and they concentrated on the other picture, because I think that girls and women, they need hope. They want something that gives them hope. Like Logina, she went out with her bare face, and she's not afraid to show who she is. And I receive a lot of DMs from mothers, from girls actually, who told me, like, you encourage me to be myself. I'm living my life because of you, and I think this is an added value. So it wasn't intentional for me to be an influencer, but I feel that God made me take that way, and now I'm not a makeup artist. I just teach makeup on TikTok, on social media, but I'm not like a bridal and you know a makeup artist like before. But at the same time, I felt that God leaded me that way. So it wasn't intentional. I was the most shy girl in the world, and now I'm in front of screens all the time.
So I mean, that's your purpose. That's your purpose for sure. You know, I think maybe your purpose in life was to teach women how to be stronger and show off who they really are, and that is beautiful.
I'm curious. So, like, you know, obviously competing in a pageant, and you said that you had only 1 month to really put in the work, because you got crowned a little in September. What is that like, you know, when you have a child? I'm sure like it's not easy to manage.
Yeah, it's not easy at all, but we share everything together. Like, I sit with her, I share with her my dreams. When we have a conversation, like, mommy's dream is this and that, and she has to respect my dreams, and I have to respect her dreams when she grows up. If she wants to travel and study somewhere, it's not gonna be easy because she's my only child, but I'm not gonna prevent her from that. So we have this relationship of, you know, we build each other, we encourage each other. So, but you have to tell the child what to expect. Like, mommy is not gonna be there for the next month, but you're gonna be in safe hands. I'm gonna be reachable. I'm achieving my dreams. Look at my national costume. Look at this and that. So I was always talking to her about my vision and my dreams, just to tell her what to expect. If I'm not gonna be there for some time, but I'm gonna come back and we're gonna travel, we're gonna go here and there. And yeah.
How was her reaction to the whole to your winning Miss Universe Egypt?
She couldn't believe it. Like the video, I surprised her. So I wore the crown and the sash, and I sat in the living room and I called her. She's like, "What is this, Mom?
That's cute.
What is
That's
this?
adorable.
What is written here? Miss Universe Egypt, what does that mean?" And when she went and told her friends in school, they were like calling me from school, "Lara is saying this and that. Is she making up stories?" She's
that
like,
is
"No,
very
she's
cute.
not." I really, because the first comment I got from my friends and family and co-workers when I said I'm gonna be Miss Universe, I want to apply for that, but you're a mother. So we have to remove that stereotype of she's a mother, she cannot, or she has stretch marks, for example, from birth, so she cannot participate in pageantry.
I mean, clearly you are an influencer. Like, you actually did change, you know, the stigma.
Landscape itself,
exactly, all over. But if you could change one thing in the beauty or fashion world, what would it be? Other than, you know, of course, like accepting of conditions that
I would change the fact that they choose one or two people who are different just to state they are different. We shouldn't state. We shouldn't state. They should blend perfectly in the industry, you know, because a brand is like, we're like, for example, encouraging plus size models, so here is a plus size model. Just stating that she is a plus size and stating that you are getting a plus size, we shouldn't label women. We shouldn't label them.
Right.
I don't want any labeling. Like this girl with a skin condition, this beauty queen with a skin condition. I don't want to be looked at as different. I just want to blend perfectly in the community, because what is different? Something that we don't see every day. If we see every day and we don't mention it, it's not different anymore. So this is how we blend. I want everyone to blend and get an equal chance in the community without having to mention that they are different.
I love
That's
that.
amazing. And I feel like now, thanks to you and, like, you know, putting yourself out there, it's becoming part of the normal, which is amazing. So, I mean, I'm sure it was not the same way for you while you were growing up, though. So, like, if there's something that you would want to tell your younger self, you know, today, now that you've made it, like you're Miss Universe Egypt, you're representing a country at such a pivotal time in history, like for the Middle East and for the Miss Universe, you know, to bring Middle East up front there, it's not easy. So
it's not easy, and the fact that they want, they don't want to shed the light on us, you know. We feel like, okay, you're from the Middle East, okay, that's great, but they don't want us. The semifinals, I reached the semifinals, I tried so hard. I fought so hard to be one of the 30 girls that got to the semifinals from 130 girls, 130 girls. Wow. So it wasn't easy. It was an effort that I put in every day. I used to wake up at 4 in the morning to just make sure I get the nice outfit from my wardrobe. I style everything perfectly. I do my hair and makeup. So I used to do, you know, double the effort, because when I first arrived there, there are fans and there are reporters that are taking pictures and videos of us. So they pass the girls, and the girl from the Sash Factor country, like Philippines, for example, or Colombia or Venezuela, they make sure she stands there to take pictures. So the first couple of days I wasn't noticed, but when they saw how strong I style my outfits, how perfectly I try so hard to get my hair done, my makeup done, I put in the effort, they start, Miss Universe Egypt, please pose for us. And I'm like, when I reached the end of the pageant, everyone was screaming my name. Everyone was, and I even saw 2-3 people that are not Egyptian holding the flag. This is how pageant fans are very strong, but but we never expected them to, you know. There are so much expectation
Yes, that's
from the
true.
coming Miss Universe Egypt, because now we're building our sash factor.
That is
Yes,
beautiful. Well, thank you so much for coming here and talking to us about breaking stereotypes, what beauty really is. And as well, thank you, Annika, for joining me today. For sure, love the conversation
Thank you
with
so much.
you guys. And this brings us to the end of our show. You can guys stay tuned tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye-bye.